forget what this, I think this guy drank mercury or something like that, thinking it would keep him alive, and it killed him. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do another story time and makeup, and today's story time and makeup is about the most forbidden and dangerous places that you should never visit. We are going to start off our story with a place called Pluto's Gate. Pluto's Gate is an archaeological site in southwestern Turkey that was discovered in 2013. The site was a temple that was dedicated to the god of the underworld. It was built on top of a cave which emits toxic gases. Deadly vapors still wafted out of this gate of hell. Animal ritual or ritual animal sacrifices were common at this site. Tourists are forbidden to get too close to this site. Next, we're going to talk about the bottomless lakes in New Mexico. So it is exactly what you heard, a bottomless lake. Some of these small lakes in New Mexico do not have any bottoms to them because they feed into underwater or underground streams stretching hundreds and possibly thousands of miles. Trackers that have been tossed in these bottomless lakes have been found days later in the Gulf of Mexico. They have claimed many lives of careless swimmers, and some of the lakes are now sealed off, so you are not allowed to go in them whatsoever. The next place we're going to talk about is another really interesting place. It's called Morgan Island, which is also known as Monkey Island. It is a 4,500 acre sea island off the coast of South Carolina. The island is uninhabited and is the home to a breeding colony of approximately 3,500 rhesus monkeys who are naturally infected with herpes B, which is deadly to humans. The island has become a primate research center. Only researchers are allowed on the island, and their first rule on the island is to not get peed upon by the monkeys. There is no tourists are allowed on this island. It is strictly for the researchers. Next place we're going to talk about is another really interesting place. Actually, all of these are really cool, but I really liked reading more about this place. This is really fascinating. This is the Mausoleum of Qinshihuang Emperor. Entry into the tomb of the Chinese Qinshihuang is forbidden, although his terracotta warriors have been excavated. No one has ever entered his tomb. He was the most tyrannical and violent leader in Chinese history. So there's a lot of superstition about evil spirits around his tomb. Ancient historians wrote that the tombs contain rivers of mercury, mechanically operated to flow like real rivers. Modern tests have reported mercury levels in the soil over 100 times what occurs naturally. It could be proven dangerous to open it just from the amount of mercury. The Chinese government does not allow the tomb to be open and restricts people from access to the land surrounding the tomb. What is so fascinating again about this story is when they excavated around this emperor's tomb, they found hundreds of thousands of these terracotta warriors, and each warrior had a different facial expression, different clothing. Every single one of them was different from the other. There weren't two of the same terracotta soldiers. They have these soldiers now in a huge storage building. I just thought that story was really, really cool. I think I might do a more in-depth story about this one. If you guys want me to do a more in-depth story about any of these places that I'm talking about, let me know in the comments below and I will do that, because a lot of these I have looked into more and it's just crazy, absolutely crazy. So the next place we're going to talk about is another absolutely insane place. This is an island called North Centennial Island. It is one of the tribe-inhabited islands in the Bay of Bengal near India. What's fascinating about this island, well, it's not I wouldn't say fascinating. It's actually kind of scary. Inhabitants of the island have been living there for more than 60,000 years and to this day remain completely untouched by modern civilization. They were visited extensively in the 1990s. It was found that they hunt wild pig. Their songs contain 2 notes, and their only form of art is body painting. In 2006, 2 fishermen were killed by the Sentinelese when their boat drifted too close to their shore. And since then, there has been no contact between their island and the rest of the world. Any intruder that gets near the island has been met with lethal hostility, and therefore the Indian government has established a 3-mile exclusion zone all around the island.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Yeah, since they will chop your head off right in front of your boat of passengers. The next place we're going to talk about is a place that everyone has heard about, and I know some people have explored, even though they tell you that you shouldn't go down here. I'm talking about the Paris Catacombs. The Paris Catacombs were originally set up in the 1700s because of overcrowding of a central cemetery becoming a hazard. So they used abandoned quarry tunnels snaking through the city. These tunnels are made up of bones and skulls. Tunnels were used to store cemetery remains dating back to the 15th century. Though some 200 miles of Labyrinth Tunnels are believed to exist, only a small section of these tunnels are open to the public. So you are able to go in some parts of these tunnels because they are marked in a manner that you can't get lost. If you decide to wander off and explore areas that you're not supposed to go in, we might never find you again. Don't do that. So now we're going to talk about the Vatican Secret Archive. A Vatican Secret Archive is buried deep within the walls of Vatican City. It is mostly underground. It houses the immense history of the acts of Pope, state papers, historic documents, and other official correspondence, some of which date back to the 8th century. Among other things, it has letters from Michelangelo, a letter from Mary Queen of Scots written while she was awaiting her execution, and King Henry VIII's request for a marriage annulment. The archives span over 52 miles of shelving and houses 30,000 items. Access is strictly limited to staff and qualified scholars who have to undergo rigorous application process to be granted entry. Ramree Island, located right off the coast of Myanmar, is famous for a strange and deadly incident that followed a battle between the British and the Japanese during World War II. The British drove Japanese from their camps into the mangroves. The scattered rifle shots in the pitch black swamp, punctured by the screams of men crushed in the jaws of saltwater crocodiles. The British decided they wanted this certain island, and they wanted the Japanese who were already at this island out of there. The only way for these Japanese men to flee this island is to go through the swampy area of the island. And as they were going through the swampy area, I think more than half of them perished because these crocodiles ate them. The Guinness Book of World Records has listed this island as the worst crocodile disaster in the world, with the most number of fatalities in a crocodile attack. Next on our list is the Chapel of the Tablet. The Chapel of the Ark of the Covenant in Ethiopia has been rumored for centuries to be the final resting place of the Ark of the Covenant. Nobody is allowed to see the Ark, not even the Ethiopian president. According to rumor, a single monk watches over it and never leaves the chapel grounds. The last place we're going to talk about is Snake Island, and this is located 93 miles from Sao Paulo and is untouched by human developers because the island is densely populated with venomous snakes. Researchers estimate between 1 and 5 snakes per square meter on the island. The Brazilian Navy has it quarantined, And one biologist quoted, "You are never more than 3 feet from death." The government of Brazil has banned anyone except researchers from landing on this island. That is our video for today. I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about these forbidden places, and hopefully you never visit them. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and remember to hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already, as well as the notification bell next to it to be notified of all of my upcoming videos. Thank you so much, and I'll see you again soon.